Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the Closing Bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
Checking in on the S&P 500, Romaine, you've got almost an even split, even with records on Wall Street. So what does that mean? 245 names in the S&P 500 gaining ground today. 256, Matt, to the downside, 2 unchanged.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We've had pretty bad breadth all day long. But as Romaine and I were talking about, it's all about the big tech stocks, information technology, a big green slice of your IMAP pie right now. And after Nvidia said it's going to invest $100 billion in OpenAI, what else would you expect? That's the kind of announcement that absolutely powers the market higher.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to start with Nvidia, Matt, because that one finishing just off its highs of this session, but still up just shy of 4%. As you said, Nvidia going to invest $100 billion in OpenAI to support the building of new data centers and the infrastructure needed to power AI workloads. Keep in mind, it's a letter of intent, which is kind of just interesting. So it's a plan. So we'll see how it all plays out. But nonetheless, it did send Nvidia much, much higher. In fact, the whole semi group was higher, as I said earlier, on a bunch of calls, too, from the analyst community. Hey, I got to go to Oracle, finishing pretty much at its best levels of the session, a gain of more than 6%. This as the company is said to be responsible for the algorithm, the securing of the algorithm for TikTok here in the United States.
You think that's driving the stock higher, TikTok?
You don't think it is?
I think maybe it's because they have 2 new co-CEOs.
You think it's because they have 2 new co-CEOs?
I mean, is TikTok going to really power their earnings higher? It's not the kind of $300 billion order that you get from Nvidia GPUs.
Hey, where's Katie?
So, where's Katie?
Wow. She's on TikTok at home.
Well, listen, Oracle has this close relationship with TikTok in the United States. So securing and being still involved in that certainly would mean some business momentum for them. I don't know. Everything Oracle does, they seem to be on fire right now. So
I feel like they weren't getting kicked out of the TikTok story.
Yeah.
By the way, the stock has doubled year to date.
I know.
Doubled.
I know, which is why we did like a 10-minute segment on what's going on with Oracle, because they just seem to be everywhere right now.
Okay. This segment isn't going to be 10 minutes, are we? There's no other stocks moving.
All right. I've got one more. Ticker is BETR, Better Home. And what is it? Better Home and what?
And Financing Holdings. It's right there on the screen in front of you.
Okay. Well, I've got, not like you TV people who've got stuff. I've got a lot of things I got to do over here. Stock is up about 47% at the close. It was up as much as 175%. This happened as EMJ Capital's Eric Jackson said the hedge fund was long the stock. I mean, this is the guy, behind Open Door, and we saw the momentum there. But this one, I mean, it's not even a big company, is it? I mean, we're talking about a $764 million market cap company. But nonetheless, he came out and said he's long, and investors moved into it.
All right. Those are the gainers. I got the decliners. I'm watching shares of Kenvue actually falling close to a record low, or closing at a record low, down 7.5% today. This after the Trump administration, we learned plans to link the active ingredient in Tylenol to autism and warn pregnant women against using the medication unless they have a fever. We are expecting President Trump to make some comments soon when it comes to this. We will bring those comments to you live when we do get them. Formerly the Consumer Healthcare Division of Johnson & Johnson, by the way, so only a few years as a independent spun-out company, Kenvue that is. Disney shares finished the day down 1%. It was down as much as 2% earlier in the session. It bounced higher a bit after the company said that Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to air on Tuesday, ending a suspension imposed following controversial remarks that he made about the assassination of Republican activist Charlie Kirk. We're getting some more details about that. We are reporting that Kimmel will address the Kirk controversy when he returns to the show. Yes, he will. He will not.
What if he just came back and didn't mention it?
That would be weird. And he will. Also, we learned that he personally negotiated a return with Bob Iger over at Disney, in addition to Walden as well. Disney shares falling by about 1% today. And finally, some M&A news sending shares of Compass, the real estate firm, lower today, down 15.7%. Compass shares fell after the company agreed to buy Anywhere Real Estate. It's a $1.5 billion stock deal. Anywhere has brands including including Coldwell Banker, Corcoran, and Sotheby's International Realty. So it's going to be a big player when it comes to the largest residential brokerage in the U.S.
All right, let's get a quick check on yields here. We actually did see yields actually rise today modestly, basically about 2 basis points almost across the curve, 3 basis points on the short end. This despite some of the commentary that we heard a little bit earlier from the Trump's appointee to the Fed governorship, Stephen Myron, giving a speech at the Economic Club of New York, saying that he actually wants to see a more aggressive rate cutting cycle to protect the labor market. And then we have heard from Beth Hammack and a few other Fed members kind of said, well, maybe not. Let's hold off here. So interesting to see who the market's paying attention to right now, which seems to be more on the cautious side than anything else.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.